Hi, everybody. If you missed my interview on CBC Radio 1 with Duke Eatman on September 21st, 2018, here it is. It was such a thrill to have my songs played on air for the first time. I hope this is the first of thousands of radio spots. Duke mentioned that my album would be up for sale in a few weeks. He's right about the fact that the official live launch will take place late fall of this year, somewhere in Montreal, but my music is actually already available online. Social media and online presence is the most important aspect of attaining success as an entertainer these days, so I was hoping you'd be willing to help me get there. I've got to grow my followers and subscribers lists in order to get noticed on a bigger scale and for the bigger shows I dream to play, which is the goal here. If you like what you hear, I'd be so grateful for any and all support. So please go to my website, which is linked below, www.tanyaemusic.com. And all of my media links are at the top and bottom of my website's homepage. So please click to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page, and if you so choose, follow me on Spotify, Twitter, and Fandalism. But the first three are most important for me. It won't cost you a penny unless you decide to buy my 13-track album from the website or iTunes for just $8.99. You can stream the music on Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Play. Here's the interview. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.
Duke Eatman.
Sue Smith.
Okay, truth be told, we were talking about toupees.
I'm not even going to go there.
Well, Frank opened that door.
I was in stitches, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm picturing, like, Lita's, like, flying umbrella and somebody else's toupee.
You've got good hair, too, Duke.
Thank you very much.
Be part of that conversation.
Thank you.
So you've got new music for us today from a Montreal artist.
Brand new album called I Know the Score by Montreal's own Tanya E. Born and bred in Montreal is Tanya Aletto. Very, very personal album. She dropped by the CBC studios early this morning, so we talked about some of the songs, which deal with a lot of different types of subject matter. Some political, but some social, but mainly a lot of personal stuff that went on in her life, and she was very candid and shared this stuff with me, and I found the interview interesting. You listen to an artist's album and you really enjoy the music, and you listen to the arrangements, and you listen to the person's voice, if there's a singer, if it's not an instrumental or whatnot, and you sort of lose yourself in it, but you still don't know the person. Mm-hmm. And what's great about sitting down with people is like you find out things that weren't even apparent in the music. You go and you delve deeper into that. So it was a really cool interview. We're going to hear portions of that when I come back at 3:40. But we're going to hear one track off the album called How Fierce You Can Be. Just that title alone has me interested right from the beginning.
Me too.
Right? So we're going to hear Montreal's Tanya E. The album's called I Know the Score, How Fierce You Can Be. Portions of the interview when I come back at 3:40.
I look forward to it, Duke.
You're such a tortured soul. Keep your gifts on the shelf, and with your anxious mind, you crucify yourself. You've tried to clear your thoughts out of your stubborn head and feel despair and loss. Wish you could hide instead. The greatest heroes have feet behind the bravery. Throw your worries out the window, put your mind at ease. We all fall down or fail occasionally. Show them up how fierce you can be. You're gonna make mistakes, but gain some thicker skin.
I like her voice a lot, Duke.
Absolutely gorgeous voice, absolutely talented artist with an eclectic taste in music. We're going to talk about that. We're going to hear some more songs from the album I Know the Score, Montreal's own Tanya E.
I have to say, one of the few places in Montreal where you can hear a lot of local Montreal talent is right here on your column, and that is a good thing, Duke.
Well, that's my mission. We got so much talent here, and as a Montreal broadcaster, if I'm not playing them, who else is going to play them?
Exactly.
So we have to.
Thanks very much. Lita Poulsen coming up. Duke Eatman with Tanya E.
You haunt my mind. You don't belong to me. These ties that bind pull back the reverie. You got to my head, arouse my senses. I'm so filled with dread. I am defenseless. Seen the light of 7 stars, and still you haunt my dreams. Played you won, the deed is done. It's simpler than it seems. Give in to me, just a call. Let me show you I've just begun. Give in to me, just a call. Let me show you how it's done.
Duke Eatman.
Montreal's own Tanya E. The name of that track is Succumb. It's from her new album, I Know the Score, coming out very soon on iTunes and Spotify. We got the sneak peek. It's coming out in a few weeks, so consider yourself having a treat here this afternoon. Tanya E. dropped by the studio, CBC Studios, early this morning, and we talked about her album and the making of it and everything. And I mentioned the track that we just heard has definitely got a reggae beat to it. You know, How Fierce You Can Be had this whole rock bluesy thing happening. There's quite an eclectic mix of different musical styles on this album, and I asked Tanya about that.
I think that music in general, for everybody, and whatever we're fans of, whatever we happen to love, is an individual thing. And I write based on my moods. So I love reggae. I love hip hop. I love trip hop. I love soul and blues and jazz. And I mean, it's really dependent on what I'm feeling that day, you know?
And it's interesting is that the album is very personal. It's celebratory. There's a mourning aspect of it, and there's some social commentary. So I asked her, what was the motivation behind I Know the Score? Now, the album is sort of like your diary after an 8-9 year marriage. This is how you healed.
Exactly right. Well, healed, yes. I suppose you never really fully heal, but I'm not entirely sure how people typically deal with it, but this is how I dealt with it because of the fact that we grew apart a couple of years prior to the marriage ending. There wasn't much affection, and so there's a lot of sexy time songs or lyrics because of the fact that I was, rather sexually frustrated in the end there. And, you know, who the heck wants to date when you're basically just out of a broken relationship? The looting and the riots and the unnecessary violence. What's it all for? What's the future got
with propaganda and chanting. Will we realize someday that we just can't go on this way? Get anger out of your heart and release. Need empathy for the fighting to cease. Live a life you adore. Make love, not war. We need compassion to have any peace. Despite any power and wealth, you still feel lonely and misunderstood. Stop spreading evil, baby. It won't do you any good. Oh no, we've only got this one life to live. Isn't it time to hang up those gloves? Put the weapons down, find inspiration, rise above. Fear in the street carries on. Sometimes there's panic from dusk till dawn. There's got to be a better way. We're all ready for a brand new day. So much conflict, friction, and strife.
A little bit of social commentary in the track Rise Above from Tanya E's debut album, I Know the Score. A little bit of a move away from her personal relationship. And she talked to me about that track.
Yeah, the song's like the more political one. When all we saw in the news for a little while there was, and it's still rampant all over the world, I'm sure, but in terms of the riots and things of that nature in the States and all of the needless violence and Rise Above, that song in particular was written specifically during that time and because of that.
And so a little bit of social commentary and some politics.
Not just about her personal life.
Not one to rest on her laurels. She's getting ready to do the official launch and introduce this album to the world. She's already working on another album, and the new album is a blues album.
I'm writing a blues album right now, and
You're working on a blues album right now?
at the moment, yes, exactly. I'm hoping to hit all the festivals next year, and I'm going to be recording at Third Eye Studios. It's run by Dan Legault. And the blues band, the Associates, will be the musicians on the album. So we're excited about that.
Shane Murphy, another Montreal stalwart and an incredible musician, also guests on this album, plays guitar, and contributed to it as well. So it's a real Montreal musical family love affair.
All right, we're going to hear more from Tanya E in just a second. In conversation with Duke Eatman about a local Montreal musician, Tanya E.
The name of her debut album is I Know the Score. It's going to be available very soon at iTunes and Spotify. You're getting a sneak peek. They're going to do the official launch and the beginning of the tour in November. And I asked her about actually putting together the musicians for this album, because this was sort of like a Montreal musical love affair. Shane Murphy, a lot of people helped her out. She did some of the programming herself, but now she's got to put the musicians together to actually express this in concert. And I asked her, how that was going to come about. You haven't announced the venue yet. You've chosen to announce that a little bit later.
Exactly.
And you're still auditioning band members.
Still auditioning band members, yes. It's got to be right,
What is it that you want to take from this album and sort of translate to the audiences live?
I think that what's important is that they experience the emotion of it all, and hopefully they like the musicality of it. I think that doing it live is going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of rehearsing involved, and I need people on the team that believe in the project, obviously.
Well, I believe in it. I think it's a really cool debut. It's called I Know the Score, Montreal's Tanya E. I don't think you've heard the last of her. We're going to go out with a very, very funky track on the album called Hold On Tight. Stay tuned for the big official tour and launch in November.
Thanks very much, Duke Eatman. Here's Hold On Tight, Tanya E, Montreal's own.
Show me how you dance, baby. Shake it all around. Show me you got rhythm, sugar. Show me you can get down. I can tell a whole lot by the way you move. Drop it just like it's hot, baby. Show me how you groove. Now if you pass that test and prove you got messed up, I'll let you snuggle with me for a while, and you can lay it on me till you make me smile. Sugar, you better hold on tight. Hold on tight. I like a man in control, who's got a whole lot of soul. A man who knows what he wants, baby, who can't be bought or sold. You know, mama, don't play, and I can go all day. I know you wanna be my lover, sugar, but you've got dues to pay. Now if you pass that test and prove you got messed up, I'll let you snuggle with me for a while, and you can lay it on me till you make me smile. Sugar, you better hold on tight. Hold on tight. Show me how you dance, baby. Shake it all around. Show me you got rhythm, sugar. Show me you can get down. I can tell a whole lot by the way you move. Drop it just like it's hot, baby. Show me how you groove. Now if you pass that test and prove you got messed up, I'll let you snuggle with me for a while, and you can lay it on me till you make me smile. Sugar, you better hold on tight.
I will let you know when that album is available. It is available now. You can, in a few weeks, on iTunes, Spotify, and Duke Eatman will tell us when that launch date is.